Hey there, Tony. Good afternoon. It is Jay here at Rorick Mazda. So I figured I'd make you a video here of a Touring Plus, mainly because it would be a little bit easier to go over it than just looking at some stock photos online. Now this particular one happens to be one of my favorite colors, which is the deep crystal blue, though I do have a few others available. I have a Soul Red Crystal that will be arriving in any minute. As of an hour ago, that truck that has on it was at Breezewood. Obviously, this is another deep crystal blue, and then I do have silver and black, which I'll run down and show you here in a second. But kind of going over a few things. So up here in the front, you will see that your LED fog lights down at the bottom. You will notice that this grille is all gloss black with some different sort of slat work in it. Now, all of these vehicles have all of the safety features, so you will see that that emblem is flat because it communicates with the camera on the windshield for everything from the collision avoidance to the adaptive cruise control, lane keeping, pedestrian sense, cyclist detection. This does have the stop and go, which will allow it to drive itself in traffic. It will help kind of keep you within the lane with the lane assistance, even down to, of course, things like your backup camera and blind spot system. Now for Touring Plus, a few things did change, so I do apologize. That's one of the reasons why these vehicles used to be much closer to about $44,000, and they saw about an $850 price reduction going into 23. So things like the side rails, they did eliminate those and made those an accessory, which personally I think is a smarter idea. That way, if a customer wants them, they can add them in. And then the stereo-wise is Pioneer as opposed to Bose. They were having some difficulty with chips, so they're, from my understanding, going to eventually just be switching suppliers. Wheel-wise, this is one thing with the Touring Plus, is you step up to the 20-inch wheels. They're like the Grand Tourings, except they're all blacked out look, which I have to say look nice on the car. And then going along here to the rear, everything you will notice is the Skyactiv G for gasoline, because these are the 2.5 turbo. And then, of course, everything goes out through all-wheel drive. Liftgate is going to be power. Obviously, that was a letdown because I have to unlock the car first. So let me open up the interior here and click the unlock button. Now, all of these vehicles are going to be third row. So this should probably just show you all of the space with the third row down. And then, of course, you can reach in here, grab this, and pull that right back up to access the third row here. So let me close this here. Now, for rear accommodations, you will notice, obviously, these seats, these will fold completely flat. You will have your tri-zone climate system, so that way anyone here in the rear can sort of heat up. Now, in terms of armrests, if I fold this down and lift this up, you will see those are those rear charging ports that I were talking about. So you do have the two USB ports to be able to charge for your back seat passengers. Up here in the front, everything is going to look very similar. You have your new 10.5-inch screen up there, which is all controlled on that joystick. You'll have a little bit of extra kind of gloss black to brighten things up. These seats are going to be both heated and cooled, and then the memory function are some upgrades for that Touring Plus as well. So let me hop in here really quick. Now you will see heated seats up here as well as the air-conditioned ones for both the front occupants. Now, of course, if I shift into reverse, backup camera is going to be standard. Things like for your adaptive cruise control will be here, sort of picking your distance. And of course, you will see that frameless auto-dimming mirror I was talking about with the 3 buttons under here for the home link. And then this will also have the sunroof, as you will see. So hopefully this kind of helps just briefly go over this vehicle and sort of some of the additional features you get. I know it's kind of a weird curveball to throw in something that is a bit more expensive than what we were originally discussing, though if you actually look at the payments that we worked up, I actually think they ended up being almost about $15 or $20 cheaper than what we were originally discussing on the Touring, just the standard Touring level. And that's just because Mazda put so much damn emphasis on turn rate, which doesn't really make too much sense. It's like they almost want no cars on the ground. And it's like when we do get cars on the ground, you know, they yell at us for it. Now, this will be another one I have. This is the black on black, which I say some people love because it's sort of that, like, all black everything. And then I do have one in silver, which is kind of nice because you have a lot of the contrast with the black wheels against the silver. As I mentioned with the red one, unfortunately, that one I don't have to show yet. Though if red might be a color of interest, I can show that to you later today once it arrives here in the next hour or so. But walking up to the silver one here, this will at least show you the other option if you prefer something a little lighter, as this here is going to be the Sonic Silver mica and the Touring Plus, and then of course you'll see all the black wheels and everything that come as per the spec. But hopefully this information helps. I really do appreciate the opportunity. And please, if there is any additional information, details, or anything I might be able to help you with, don't hesitate to reach out, and I'll look forward to hearing back. Thanks again.